just, what is your story? What is your positioning? What do you want to be known for? Right? What is your angle? And I think it's really powerful to nail that down and practice that, because this is going to help you out for, again, speaking engagements, meeting new clients, fill in the blank, right? So yeah, I would love to have, people come up, but let me check in with my lovely co-host, Christelle. Christelle, how are you? Good to see you.
Hi, long time no talk, Justin. I'm great. Hi, Andy and Hoops, and the L's are here. Odell is here, and Summer L and Andrea L. So good to see everyone. Hi, Dylan. Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. I was telling Justin this morning that Fridays hit different when you got that full time. That's Romeo in the background. And hello. So yeah, it's great to be here with you all. I just want you to know that Summer started a whole thing. She started in one of the spaces. She started Find My Husband GPT, and she brought it up again last night in Yvonne's like 6 hour space, and it started a whole movement. So I am in the process of planning a space right now to find my husband because some people think that he might be here on X. And I had a dream about it. So, God's been speaking to me in dreams. So we're going to see. We even have some developers that have volunteered to create a whole AI for this to analyze transcripts from the spaces and do some automation. So that's my story. My story is that I'm ready to find my husband, I'm ready to find my man. And yeah, he could be on this app. Hi, Dan Ryan. So good to see you. So yeah, I was thinking about it last night. I think I want to do a space. I'm not going to host it because that would be weird to host my own Find My Husband space. So I'm thinking of some people to host it. And then what I was thinking is that any lady can come up on the stage because clearly they're not my husband. And then the men would have to be pre-invited. You know what I mean? Like I would invite you all because I assume none of you want to be my husband. And then any other extra man on the stage, he would be a potential suitor, right? So you all would be there, like Andy and Justin. I could see you being there, Dan Ryan, any of the guys in here that I know, and you'd be there to like ask the tough questions on my behalf, and the ladies too, and then we would bring, anyways, you can tell I've already started thinking about this. I was dreaming about it last night. So you can blame this on Summer. She came up with the Find My Husband GPT, and then it just all started snowballing last night on this AI space with Yvonne. So funny. So that's my story right now. I'm sticking to it.
I love that, Christelle. I love that, man. You really thought it out, and that's so unique. That's very very unique, and I think it's a great idea. I mean, X. Let's be honest. First off, X has some of the most brilliant minds. Okay, that's number one. Number two, it's so diverse in, global, right? It's global, right? This is global, right? They could be, your future husband could be in a different country. Who knows, right? So that's the second thing. It's the most intellectual people. Number one, it's a global opportunity, and number three, what better way to do it than with friends, people you already know, like, and trust, right? And that have your back, that have your best interests in mind, and it's in a public forum, right? So I think it's a great idea, Christelle. I really love it, and yeah, I think you're really onto something. So, Summer, great way to think outside the box for sure. I love it, Summer. So amazing. Well, so yeah, guys, please come up and share your story, right? Just keep it to like a minute or two. I know a lot of your stories, some of your stories, not everyone's, but I would love to hear them. And and yeah, I mean, I'll just start with my story. It's pretty straightforward. I have the same story I tell pretty frequent. And here's another thing of why you want to tell your story pretty frequently, because people may need to hear something more than once. Okay? People may need to, especially in marketing and sales. Okay? If you think you're just going to, talk about your products and services and tell your story one time and people are going to run over and buy from you, that's great, but that's a very unlikely occurrence. Okay? Can it happen? Yes, absolutely. but majority of the time you need to get to know people. You need to get that, know, like, and trust factor before people do business with you, right? That's just the reality. But the more opportunities you have to tell your story, right? This is a good thing. This is a good thing. And especially in, large environments like speaking engagements. So, and I recall back in, 2008, yeah, 2008, 2009, I got invited to be a paid speaker. I was doing paid speaking gigs on social networking 101 for business, right? I was teaching how to use social media and social networking. We called it social networking back then. We didn't call it social media, but I was teaching and speaking and getting paid to teach social networking 101 for business, right? I was teaching them about Twitter. I was teaching them about Facebook, LinkedIn. This is back in 2008, 2009. So, and these were paid speaking gigs, right? So, but I always started with my story. And my story is very simple. It's, I bootstrapped my way through business school, running my IT consulting company. I made $1 million in 5 years in that business, but I only netted 40 or 50 grand, which taught me a very important lesson called profit. So then I pivoted into digital marketing, and I've been doing digital marketing for the last, 15 years now. And I've worked in corporate, I've had my own agency, and my mission is to create 1,000 Ronins on the journey towards sales and marketing mastery, which are the two biggest business drivers of any company. And I'd love to help you along your journey. That's my story. Very simple, right? It's very mission driven. It tells, about my journey, my path, and it's very succinct. It's simple, and people, get it. So, yeah, let's go over to Andy. Tell us your story real quickly, and then pass it over to Summer.
Uh, well, cool. So, first of all, we have a sponsor, right? So make sure you check out Virtual Synergy. I put it in the purple pill. We are now live. So we are live streaming on my YouTube channel, my LinkedIn, and on X. So I'm live streaming this similarly that I do for in the afternoons. But ironically, when I speak, I don't ever tell my story. And here's why: because they don't care. They don't care about who I am or what I've done until they know that I care about helping them. So when I speak, I just start off right hitting them hard, right? Whatever it is, hey, here's some emotional story so that I feel exactly where you feel, right? I've been exactly where you are and I fixed it, and here's how I fixed it. So now after you go, oh, well, maybe he's got something, then I give them a little bit of a hint, and I tell them something like this. So in a professional sense, I've done 30 years of project management. I've managed over $4 billion worth of projects on 4 different continents, and it's impacted over 300 million people have used the products and services that I have managed. I didn't write all the code, or I started writing code. And then I became an administrator, and then I became a database guy, and then I became an architect. And then they said, hey, you should really talk to human people, not just the computer people. And that's what became into, working more in management. And so I've done project management, program management, organizational change. I've run companies, I've been the operations director, and I've done all of those things, have run PMOs, built PMOs all over the world. And that's what I do. And that doesn't matter at all unless I'm helping you solve your problems. But if you need experience, that's who I am and what I've done. I've also been married for, coming up on 35 years. So those are a few things that I tell people about my story and why you should listen to me.
Yeah, thank you, Andy. And would you mind sharing that story that you told briefly last night about the lady in the high ticket? Because, man, this is a
Yeah.
big lesson. I want everyone to hear this. Like, this is such a powerful teachable for all of us, especially if you're
So
like Jodelle, who has a brand new website for her consulting business and a high ticket offer.
Right. So, okay. So I met a lady. By the way, when I said I met her, we were at the same conference. We were getting coffee together, and we had a quick little conversation of, "Hey, I saw your stuff. I think it's really cool. And who are you?" And okay, I'm Andy, and blah blah blah. Except I don't remember her name, so I'm so sorry about that. But I met this lovely lady. I forget where she's from, but uh, in other words, I don't remember if she was from Tallahassee, Jacksonville, or Atlanta, but somewhere in that area, that's where she lives. Okay. And she was on a podcast, and here's the story she told. She said, I was on a podcast and I I went through the thing and I put myself out there for the conferences and I had an interview and they're like, okay, great, we're going to do this interview. And at the end of the interview, they said, yeah, we would love to have you as a speaker. We think you'd be great for our audience. And fantastic. There's a couple more things and we'll get back to you. And she said, okay, great. She was all excited. And they asked her, what's her price? And she said, $500 speaking fee for that uh, that talk, whatever it was. I don't know if it was a keynote or not, because she was making $50 an hour in her job, and she's like, okay, $10 and 10 times that for Saturday for an hour talk, $500. Woohoo! That's like 10 hours of work. Cool. And then she heard crickets, nothing for like 2 weeks, nothing at all, nothing. And finally she said, well, I got to call them because do I need to schedule the time or not? She called them up and they said, oh, well, we've decided to go with someone else. I'm sorry. And she was like heartbroken. And then she finally asked them, or maybe she called back a little bit later and said, hey, just curious, why did you decide to go with the other person and not me? And they said, well, you were both great speakers. We both thought you would be really great for the audience, but you were charging $500 for the talk and she was charging $5,000 for the talk. So we went with her because we thought if she's charging $5,000, she's going to be better.
Yes, thank you for that, Andy. And let me break that down for 1 second. So, number one, you got to find out why people don't go with you, right? For whatever reason. This is very teachable moment here. So anytime I don't win a client or I don't win business, I find out why. And sometimes they don't want to answer, and I will respectfully be a bit more assertive if I get a no, right? Why? Because I want to know the truth. I want to know exactly why they didn't go with me. Okay, so the pro tip for everyone is, look, try to find out why people do not sign up with you. Why don't they go for your high ticket? Why don't they go for your mid ticket? Why don't they go for your low ticket, right? You need this intelligence. You need this. Number one. Number two, yes, like we devalue ourselves, right? And what the story that Andy just told is a great example of why we always need to have that higher price point, and lead with that value that we really have in us, right? So yeah, thank you for that, Andy. Really great story. And let's go to Summer and then we'll go back to Andy.
Hi, Justin, Andy, Christelle, everyone in the space. I hope you can hear me well. I was just juggling here something. So I will be very brief because I actually have to do something around here, but I wanted to come up after hearing Christelle. And I have to say that I'm so happy I started this movement. I suddenly feel an enthusiasm, a joy. So I'm going to tell here people, if you know somebody suitable for Christelle, I'm all for it. I want a hashtag, I want an app, I want the GPT, I want everything. I'm so invested in this story. So I hope that you all come along and that we make this come true. So thank you so much for having me. I'm all find my husband, AKA find Christelle husband, but I can also find a husband for myself. So we'll all find husbands. Thank you so much. Please spread the word and help us out. Thank you.
Thank you, Summer. Yeah, I that's one thing I always talk about is, look, if you want to, create a campaign, that's great. But if you really want to step it up, create a movement. Create a movement. And this is going to be a big movement here. And yeah, I think it's a great idea. So thank you, Summer, for the idea. And Christelle, buckle up. Buckle up. You got all these people here on the hunt now for husband for the husband hunt. We're gonna call it the husband hunt. Okay, so we're coining it right now. We're building in public the husband hunt for Christelle. So I like that. It's catchy. So Summer, can you share your story briefly so we can all, if you don't mind? Like I'd love to hear. I'm sure we all would love to hear, a bit about your story if you don't mind sharing. Oh, she dropped down to listener. She had to take care of something. That's right. Okay, let's go to Dylan, and then we'll go to Jodell, the high ticket high over there, Jodell. Dylan, how you doing?
Hey, good morning. Good to see you all here. All your smiling profile pictures. Well, most of you are smiling. Um, yeah, I mean, short little bit about me. I've been interested in filmmaking and storytelling since I was a kid, since I can remember making videos and stuff with my friends growing up. And then was able to turn that into a real world job. I learned video editing in the 90s when like no one did it, not now, like everyone, all the kids are doing it today. So that was great, right? And so I've been doing that most of my life. Was in the news industry for a couple of years, corporate industry for a while, short film stuff like that, and then the last couple of years was doing YouTube editing, helping grow a channel to over 3 million subscribers. That was awesome, and now I'm in a career shift because I find my interest being more and more into AI and everything that has to offer. While I still love film, I'd rather work on film that's my own stuff rather than edit someone else's. If that makes sense. So yeah, now I'm jumping in full force into everything AI and AI consulting, and there's so much that people are not aware of, and find that it's a great business opportunity. So if anyone out there wants some one-on-one coaching or would like me to just build an automated system for them, you can go to the aiguide.pro, check it out, and we'll get you set up. But yeah, that's pretty much my story in a nutshell.
Yeah, thanks, Dylan. Yeah, Dylan's been showing up, guys. He's been consistent. So if you're not connected with Dylan, make sure you give him a follow. I believe he's in Texas. Is that correct, Dylan?
Yep, in the great city of Austin, Texas.
Amazing, amazing. And yeah, um, I want to hit on something you mentioned that really resonated with me. So, you know, I'm really good at making companies millions of dollars. Okay, that's what I've done with their marketing and sales, right? It's just I just have a gift, right? But when it comes to myself, okay, my agency's done decent, right? We can always do more. But when it came to my personal brand, this was something I struggled with for a while after working in corporate, right? So I'm really good at doing personal branding for other people, making them millions of dollars. But when it came to me, I had to go get some coaching. I had to get some mindset coaching and positioning coaching to help me out because I just could not make that shift, right? I just couldn't make that shift. But since I made that shift, now everything's been, falling into place, right? So to Dylan's point, right, he's really good and enjoys doing video production and editing for other people, but where his real passion is doing it for himself. I totally resonate with that because I love working on my personal brand now. I love it. It's like an art and a science mixed together, and I can really lean in and be my fully authentic self, and it's really my outlet. And I remember when I was in corporate, even one of the companies I was working for, they didn't like me working on my personal brand. They didn't like me sharing videos on, sales and marketing mastery. They didn't like it. They told me they didn't like it. So, uh, yeah, then it kind of was like an HR issue. And I was like, dude, I was shocked. I got to be honest. I was completely shocked. And it was very uncomfortable because it got to the point where it's like, well, you pretty much have to make a choice, Justin. Either you stop doing these videos, or you may have to find another place to work. Like that was basically what it came down to, and that was very disheartening. You know, and thank God I don't work in that toxic environment anymore. So the point is, like, and that was like very traumatic experience for me, which is why I had to go get coaching after that experience, because it really messed me up. It really messed me up. And this is why, as part of my story, you've heard me share. I will not stop building my personal brand online or building my email list on my Ronin community. I will never stop doing that, right? Because it's not that I have something to prove. It's that corporate environment in the past completely stopped me in my path that was very aligned with me and my purpose, right? Purpose, passion, profit. Those are my 3 P's: purpose, passion, profit. And so, yeah, just wanted to share those takeaways there. So, and then, working in an environment that an employer embraces what you're doing, right? That's amazing. I love that. I love that. An empowering environment. So, okay, let's get to the high ticket highness, Jodelle. Man, these jokes keep coming, Jodelle. I got them all day long for you. If you want them, I got them all day long.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, you're on fire today, Justin. Between you and Christelle, it's like strapping on 2 rocket boosters and just like flying to the moon. It's amazing. So real quick, my story. I am a business owner. I own and operate, I'm a 3rd generation. I own and operate 7 franchise restaurants. It was a moment a few years ago where I got passed over for an opportunity. And in that moment, like a cold wash came over me, and I realized I couldn't be passive in my role, even though it was a franchise business, even though it was family. I still needed to make my mark, and I still needed to I told myself I needed to man up. And so it's just set me on this course of really speaking up, of finding my voice, of getting rid of imposter syndrome. I created YouTube videos as an outlet to, share some of my knowledge. And that's been a great, opportunity for me to have speaking gigs and the like. And then, of course, being here on X is really given me the tools and the mindset of opening my consulting business, which is now up and running. And I just had my very first call. I have to give him a shout out. He's down below, Defy. We just got on a call, and he was wonderful. And so some of the things I had said to him was, his question was how to build trust and how to stand out from the crowd. And so I said, keep coming to these spaces. This is a great learning arena for you. You want to have consistency, and I see you down there, Defy, and it's amazing. So, that's someone that took action. He was my first call in my new business, which was amazing. And he was really keen. He had a lot of questions. And so I just said, just keep showing up, show consistency. And so I love seeing action takers. And I know, Justin, you love that. So anyways, I just wanted to give a big shout out to you down there. I do see you, Defy. Good job. And appreciate the space. And yeah, Justin, those high tickets are in just medium tickets. They'll go up. Thanks very much. Have a great day, guys.
Yeah, good stuff, Jodelle. Thank you. And yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, go for it, Andy. Jump in here.
Jodelle is just awesome. One time she came on a space and said, I need to do a talk. I'm like, God, you're just awesome. She like took a little tiny grain of encouragement and turned it into this. It's fan freaking tastic. So awesome.
Yeah, Jodelle, loving the approach here, and congrats on your first call. And it's the first of many. And yeah, just you're doing a lot of great things here. And yeah, when you get Chris Justin on a space on a Friday, it's high energy. It gets spicy on Fridays. I'm just gonna be honest. So, but yeah, great to have you here, Jodelle, as always. Big fan of what you're doing. And yeah, really looking forward to the Be Real X Talk show. We have to move it to a Saturday, unfortunately, because of my full time right now. But we'll make it happen. We're gonna definitely meet up. So super excited about that. And I'm actually doing a Be Real X Talk show this Saturday at 1 in the Startup Circle. So if you guys want to tune in, it'll be a video space, as I always do. And so I'll be hosting the CMO of Virtual Synergy. His name's Craig. So I'll be hosting him with Eric, with my good buddy Eric, who's a fellow Ronin in the community. So yeah, super excited about this upcoming Saturday tomorrow. So, but yeah, let's hear from the next speaker. Let's go to Brian, and then let's go to Hoops. Brian, how you doing? Happy Friday.
What's up, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm recovering, man. Had a long day yesterday, so good to see everybody. Yeah, yesterday it turned into 18 hours, including my commute. I had an intensive um, with a client, and it was meant to be about 8 to 9 hours. Anyway, we had a good time. So, um, story. What's my story? Well, I grew up in a pretty rough area. I was extremely stage fright. Had social anxiety and all of this stuff that you guys might not recognize of me now, since you've met me over the past couple of years. But yeah, I turned that fear and anxiety, and coupled that with the desire to bring joy to people, and I found the world of DJing. And surprisingly enough, I was able to build a career over 25 years that took me all over the world. I worked with major brands, um, from what you know the brands, whatever it is, right? Worked with major brands, had lots of fun, worked with major media, and enjoyed the time. And simultaneously, I was running my, that was my creative side. Simultaneously, I was running my analytical side, which I have an investment company. I have multifamily investment properties and that kind of thing. So I kind of run the IQ and the EQ element of things. I feel that I enjoy being the bridge between those two sort of worlds, if you believe in EQ. And yeah, so what I'm doing now is I work on this term that we call personal branding. But the way that I describe it is more engineering reputation and kind of creating the business of you. And I work a lot on psychology, behavioral economics, neuroscience. It's not the branding that you see often on X, where we talk about followers and images and this kind of stuff. So, like as an example, yesterday, the physician client I was working with, we're moving him from his clinical practice and creating a brand for him to be an advocate, actually to lobby and against legislation, um, for that they're trying to pass in Florida against physicians owning hospitals, which is a federal thing, as well as some local things like stem cells and that kind of thing. So he's basically building a thought leadership platform. So that's what I did all day yesterday. Um, and I really enjoy helping people kind of build the business of themselves, and that's what I've done for so many years, and that's what I enjoy doing and what I'll keep on doing.
Yeah, thanks, Brian. Yeah, love. What was your DJ stage name?
I can't tell you that.
Okay. Awesome,
Just
man.
put it this way: a lot of we probably, if you know anybody in the entertainment industry or hospitality in San Diego, we know a lot of the same people. I spent a lot of time out there.
Okay. All right. Well, let me ask you this. Do you remember a nightclub called On Broadway in San Diego?
That I don't. When I was there, I was mostly like at Hard Rock and Stingery and um, man, I can't. So on Coronado a couple times. Uh, it was a few years back, so I don't remember a lot of them.
Okay, Brian. Yes, I know those clubs. I know those clubs very well, Brian. I know those clubs. I was there. I was there. Yes, sir. Yep, Hard Rock, Stingeries. Yep, those were my stomping grounds every weekend. And and
Excellent.
and let me tell you this. Some of those hottest clubs in San Diego were my clients for my IT business, right? So I had like 6 of the nightclubs downtown San Diego as my clients. So obviously in my 20s when I'm running my IT business, all my friends would come out of the woodworks on Friday and say, "Hey, Justin, are we hitting the clubs? Let's get VIP with you. Let me run with you this weekend, right?" So, all these additional perks come out. So, yeah, that was my 20s, guys. I worked hard. I played harder. I worked hard, but I played harder. Okay. And that's benefits of being in business, of, having clients with those types of perks. So great stuff
Yeah, we
down.
definitely ran in together sometimes, not unbeknownst to each other, but absolutely.
Brian, did
Awesome.
you know that Justin can freestyle rap and that he is a big fan of DMX and can crip walk? These are all things that I'm not sure that you will know about Justin, but they're
Now,
pretty.
I'm just finding this out, but it's clear that that Andy needs to set up something where we do the video virtual thing, and Justin does that. Hey, Justin, can I mention my thing today?
Of course. Yes, of course. Plug away.
So at 12 o'clock today, guys, I host a free masterclass. It's called The Referable Brand, and it's on Zoom. The link is in my bio. You guys can just jump in and join for free. It's at lunchtime today. And basically, we talk about the psychology behind building a trust-based brand and how to become a referable brand, the kind of person that people want to do business with. So that's at 12 o'clock today, and I appreciate you, Justin, for letting me drop that in.
Yes, you got it, Brian. Yeah, please post it in the purple pill as well. And yeah, even Andy, I know he's doing some stuff with personal branding and some executives as well. But I think, man, there's so much business to guys, there's so much business out there. I can't even begin to tell you how many opportunities are out there, but just we need to be careful to not get distracted on opportunities that aren't going to be fruitful, right? We get this shiny object syndrome, right? But it's got to be the right opportunity with the right person, with the right tactic, with the right outreach, with the right, like, all these things have to line up, right? They have to line up. So the more conversations you have, the more opportunities you can create, and then the more deals you can win, right? So if you want to increase your revenue, just have more conversations with the right people that have that need, that fit your ideal client profile, and then just keep it simple for them, right? Keep it very simple. I was talking to Andy last night. Look, just keep the offer very simple, right? And you're selling a system, right? Like Brian is selling the brand, the personal brand system for these companies, for these executives. Same with Andy, right? Just keep it simple. Just keep it very simple. Yeah, over to you, Andy.
Well, I was going to say that birds of a feather flock together, and what's happening is that we have a whole bunch of people who are like-minded, who are almost selling the same kind of things, but that doesn't mean we're in competition with each other. What it means is that we're all here together, more like a mastermind. I'm doing this, you should do the same thing, because the people who Jodell is attracting are different than the people that I attract, are different than the people that Brian attract, different than the people that Hoops attracts. But even if, or Christelle, we seriously might be teaching the exact same thing, the exact same steps, the exact same formula, because it works, but we all have a different audience. And this is also my pro tip. If you think your audience is here on X and only on X, that's not the case. Your audience primarily are people who aren't on X, who are trying to figure out how to get the information that we're sharing here today to put into their business wherever they are, because they're too busy to be on X, but they're willing to pay for somebody else who can just bring the answer to them, or shorten the timeline between I need to do this new thing and when I'm doing it, shorten that timeline for them, or just do it for them. This is like a mastermind where we're sharing information freely with no cost, with open hearts and open minds, and open in every possible way to go, I want you to succeed. I hope you get 1,000 clients. I hope Jodell gets 100 clients and has to raise her prices so much and has to hire a team of people. And seriously, I want 100% of that for everybody here. So don't think that because Brian is doing personal branding and I'm doing some personal branding along with Christelle's doing newsletters, which, by the way, I'm talking to Jodelle today, with Christelle on newsletters because I'm like, I need some help. I don't know how to do this. I know kind of what to do. So I said, hey, Christelle, how do I get on your calendar? Because I don't know how to do this part. I mean, I kind of do, but not really. If I can talk to her for 30 minutes and it shortens my timeline, then I should. If I want to run a bunch of franchises or other things, I'm calling Jodelle. Hey, how do you do it? What happens? What is it really like? What do you need to be worried about? Right. If like last night when I was talking to Justin, this is what I told him. I need to do some paid ads. I've never done paid ads before. I need to do some for me. I need to figure it out. It's a skill I can learn. Help me shorten that timeline. So I want to encourage everybody, keep coming every morning. Keep coming and listening because like, sales and marketing mastery, every single company in the world, every single company wants more leads and more clients. Every one of them, every one. And if you can learn or master the skill of helping them get leads or converting those leads into customers, that's what I call sales. Getting attention is getting leads. Attention, somebody's interested in your product, that's marketing. Converting that interest into becoming a client, that's sales. There's lots of processes along the way. But if you can do those two things, either one or both, for anybody, you will never, ever, ever have to go get a job digging ditches. You'll never have to go clean toilets. Or, I mean, I'm picking stupid jobs as a very, very dumb way of saying you can take this skill and make money forever. It will never go away. It can never be replaced by AI. It can never, ever. The more AI becomes levels the playing field, that's all it's doing, by the way. It's just Google search with a voice on top of it. That's all it is. You can use natural language to do amazing Google searches instead of finding a list of places to get the answer. That's what Google does. You just get the answer. And so as AI levels the playing field, the thing that will become even more important is what Brian's talking about. Brian is a unique, special guy who can resonate with certain people and help them. Justin is a special, unique person who can resonate with some people and help them. Krista, but we can't help everybody. We can't help, Andy can't help the world. Andy can help a very few people. Hoops can help a few people. Dylan can help a few, but you know what? All of us together can help a lot more than in the individual of us. So don't feel like we're in competition. Don't ever feel like that when you come here. Feel like we are all on the team, helping each other, making everybody else great. Okay, let's go to Christelle.
Andy, I love that. That was a Friday motivational talk for all of us, and it's something that we need to hear because I'm sure some people are like, why would I hang out with these people? We're doing the same thing, but it's the masterminding. The masterminding is so powerful. Um, I also wanted to just say hello to our community baby daddy. We have a community baby daddy, John Carlos. It's so good to see you. Glad that you're here, praying for you and your son. I hope your wife is doing well. I know that C-section recovery is no joke at all. And I also wanted to say congratulations to Jodelle. That's amazing. I'm so glad that you got your first call. That's not easy. You would think that putting out a free discovery call, you'd just have people signing up left and right, but it actually doesn't work like that. So the fact that you already got a call, Jodelle, I'm just so proud of you and happy for you. And DeFi, you're a very smart man for taking her up on that opportunity. And you're a smart man because you chose purple as your background. And then I have a couple of things, but I'm going to be quick. Justin, last thing. Justin told a story earlier about, how he's helping businesses make millions of dollars, but he had to hire a business coach to help him do that himself. And I know this very well. I've also helped people do things that I've then had to hire a business coach to help me do for myself. And so I just wanted to re-highlight that and remind everyone that it really comes down to mindset, right? That's what I heard out of that. So just because you can help other people accomplish something, other people be successful, if you don't have your own mindset down and that confidence, and I love the story that Andy told about the 500 versus 5,000. That's all mindset right there. They might have been giving the same quality, we don't know. But one thought that they were worth much more and valued themselves much higher, and therefore their audience believed that. So I just wanted to highlight a couple things and say that I really love this community so much, and I'm so proud of the growth that we have. And I can't wait to talk to you later, Andy.
Yeah, just to be Captain Obvious, I spend tens of thousands of dollars every year on coaching and training and books. And so I go to these classes. I go sign up for new things. I learn new stuff all the time. I read about a book once a week, once every week and a half, depending on my schedule, every single week. And if you see the video, behind me is a stack of books. That's what I read last year. So if I really like a book, like hopefully when Danielle's is out, I'm going to get her book and I'm going to read it and then I'm going to stick it in my stupid little library behind me. But the only reason the books are behind me is to hide a giant gap in the window. But I thought, well, it's a cool thing that I can just say, hey, look at all the books that I've, not really. It really is to cover the gap in the window, but it's also true that all those books are ones that I've read. So um, you, the point is, you have to keep learning. Nobody knows everything. Nobody knows everything about all the phases of business. Nobody knows everything about what's going on. We all just know our one little part, and one little part is enough. And bringing that one little part is sometimes that's the puzzle piece somebody else is missing. And so just think about your own life. Each one of us is great at all of these things. And each one of us also has a whole bunch of stuff that's missing. And we need each other to fill in those gaps. So each one of you are the gap. You are the answer somebody is right now praying for. Someone's on their knees somewhere saying, God, if I just could figure out how to fix this marketing piece, if I could just figure out how I don't even know what to do. Newsletter, what does that even mean? Uh, I really need that leadership coaching from Jodell. I really need to figure out how to become a better teammate from Hoops or whatever it is. There is somebody right now literally praying on their knees, looking for you, looking for what you bring, because you are that missing puzzle piece in their life. So don't ever forget that. And every one of our puzzle pieces is different. Every one of our puzzle pieces matches somebody somewhere somehow. Our job isn't to go say how great we are. Our job is to find people who have a gap and say, I have that same gap. Here's how I fixed it. Let me show you how you can fix it too.
Man, Andy, you're on fire today. I think it's hitting different because you're on video now. Maybe I think we're getting a different, deeper Andy now. So, thank you for that. I want to add because you had talked about how much you're investing in yourself, right? So I've personally invested at least $150,000 into myself over the last 20 plus years, at least 150,000, and that's for all the certifications, education, fill in the blank, right? And and you have to continuously do this, right? I'm going through it right now with my full time. I'm now learning HubSpot. Okay, it's a CRM system. I'm sure you guys have heard of it, but because I'm Salesforce certified as a Pardot specialist, now I'm in an environment where we use HubSpot. Okay, so now I'm having to roll up my sleeves and learn HubSpot, and now I'm going to go get the certification in like a couple months. Why? Because I got to know it. I got to know it. And I've worked in probably 15 different CRM systems. They all generally do the same thing, but they all have their own intricacies, right? And when I say I've been working in it, I'm talking like 10 to 12 hours a day. And I've called support probably 20 times in the last 2 weeks. Why? Because I have to fix things. I have to get things running, right? And so we're starting to see the results, right? We're starting to see the results. So, but yeah, let's get to these hands. But yeah, invest in yourself, guys. I just can't stress this enough. I just got certified as a AI brand consultant. And yeah, let's get to these hands. So let's go Hoops and then Brian.
Hey, what's up, Justin? Hey, Crystal. Hey, everybody. Great afternoon. Great. What's today? Today's Friday. Good to hear. Good to hear everybody's voices. This is interesting. I'm looking at what I'm going through right now with all this creating this art, the artistic side of me that's like taken over. It's I'm spending so much time in these products right now. I'm not even sleeping properly. But it's to satisfy that that drive that's inside of me right now. To tap into to my art side because it's so long been overwhelmed by the basketball side of me. For years traveling and playing ball and coaching and all of that. My laptop was the secondary to all of that. When I was tired, whenever I was tired and needed to sleep or relax, it was the laptop. I would turn to my little laptop. I would turn to my laptop from and with that laptop, I was able to tap into the creative side of me, Photoshop, Illustrator, so on and so forth. So now, with what's going on with AI and AI evolution, and looking at how I'm addicted. I'm addicted, but it's for good. It's for a good cause because I'm learning so many new software, and normally I do have to jump into Photoshop because I'm an old Photoshop guru from back in the day, and now with what AI is adding to this equation, I mean, it's my creative juices are just all over the place. So I'm just creating as much as I can, but I'm having fun. I'm also dropping a couple of master classes. I'm also putting out another. I'm finishing that up now. My lead magnet, which would lead into this little master class I'm also putting together. And a lot of that is on how I've dealt with the mental side of the game through the years. With sports, helping over 300 young men and women to get scholarship to basketball scholarship to universities, and how I was able to help change the mindset of a lot of these young kids. But anyway, it's a process that I'll document, and put out into the marketplace, and just to see how people respond to it. But anyway, a lot of great things are happening. I'm feeling awesome as a human right now because my creative juices are so they're all over the place, and it's great because I'm always at best when I'm creating. I'm always at peace, and I always feel awesome. But anyway, I don't want to ramble anymore. I appreciate the space. Hope everybody's having an awesome creative day and make a lot of money. What's up,
Yeah,
Charlie?
yeah. Thanks, Hoops. Yeah, great to see you. And yeah, I'm working in downtown San Diego now every day, man. So it's a lot. I commute 40 minutes, but it's going well at this new gig. So but yeah, I think when we're able to create, it's an outlet, right? And really for me, it's therapeutic, right? So when I write posts and I get creative with new images I'm creating, it's that outlet. I think you know just being everyone is a creator in one form or another, and it's a form of therapy, right? It's documenting the journey, right? So that really resonates with me. And yeah, now thanks to AI, man, it's like I'm doing the work of like 8 people now, and I'm only one person. So but good stuff. So good to see you, Hoops. Let's go back to Brian, and then we'll check in with Timo.
Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry for that. Next time, clear your throat before you open the mic. Um, that's a pro tip, Justin. Um, so I just wanted to echo what Andy was saying, guys, and I've said this to people often who I talk to from X. And a lot of it is that mastermind kind of mentality because we're all sort of doing the same thing in some way or another. And one of the primary mindsets I people about is the mindset, right? As opposed to I've mentioned it multiple times. The more we learn and grow together in that each of us are doing and how it's to market and what kind of feedback we're getting, positive and negative, helping each other. We're doing as to grow and support each other, creating a bigger guys. There's not just like one, everyone's getting a piece of the pie. The more that we work together in this kind of mentality, we're actually extending the size of the pie, and it just keeps growing and growing, and we can more than enough and share. And example, yesterday I talked intensive that I do, but I don't be the expert in all things that are in order to execute my street, right? So I a speech and presentation come in and worked with my client for an hour, talking, formulate, his talk, and that he needs to frame his message so he can. We meant political aspirations, so how he can present that way, going from a doctor to now a lobbyist for a particular cause. Well, I help with a lot of that, but I do all of that, and I'm not about that. So I had another coach him for an hour about social media strategy, ecology behind social strategy, and behavior and audience owners, and how he's going to communicate through his content when he team. Now, actually, funnel these coaches, this business, and we collaborate over time. But at the very least, like, it's the idea that Andy was describing, Estelle, and has said. I just want to really reinforce it in real time. This was the right, and I bring in other coaches that could very easily. Well, I kind of do the same he does. Why don't you work with me and him? Like, how this thing works, guys. That's a nice sort of fixed mindset. It's awful. And if you have that in you at all, rid of it, because you fail, and you will continue to fail, and you'll never know. And that's why. And when you start thinking we can all help each other, we can all help each other grow, and there's clients to help them grow. Why not deliver the best possible experience? And good as you think you in whatever it is you do, I promise that there's of that people.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys had trouble hearing Brian, but it got really
He,
choppy.
he went on and off every second.
Okay, yeah, I thought it was just me. So, okay, Brian, we're having some technical challenges. So yeah, feel free to come back up. But yeah, let's check in with Timo. Timo, how you doing, brother?
Hey, all is well. And yeah, I was just about to say that hopefully my audio is okay, and it was on Brian's mic or whatever, what was going on. Yeah, um, weird week at work. Grown man rage quit in the middle of a highly, highly important timeline. And yeah, it's a weird thing what happens. And then as for what's happening on the wins section, um, 20 roughly 20-25% growth on my newsletter, and got first ad campaign with a couple of bucks, and also got some boosts going, and those are now earning a little bit of money. And it's not break even yet, but it's first month and I'm already raking in some revenue, so that's where we at now. I just gotta get more people to read it, and I've been testing with daily dev. Christelle, I sent you a DM. I don't know if you have seen it. Christelle has articles that suit daily dev, so as I have an opportunity to send articles to their system, I put one Christelle's article there, and let's see how that does. I've already gained some subs from my articles that I've sent there, so another way of getting eyes on the stuff. And yeah, I don't know, it's pretty good. Day 20, the 20th article is almost done. It's gonna pop up later today, and it's kind of a collection of what has happened during the first 19 articles. and there's going to be more tools. Christelle, I would like to hear what you've liked those tools that are on the founder section, only for those who are brave enough to be founders on my amazing newsletter, and which is almost as good as Summer's. She's down in the listeners, so we have this thing. And anyways, so yeah, all good. Excited for the weekend. Got to do a lot more article wireframing for the next 20 and start putting up the ebook for the 21st articles. It's going to be close to, I don't know, 20,000, 40,000 words almost. So it's going to be a long one. So that's going to be on sale for those who don't dare to be founders. If they want to get the tasty and good bits, it's going to be in the Gumroad for sale later on. But yeah, a lot of things going on. I'm going all in with the newsletter thing, studying, doing all kinds of research, and getting those articles going. Plus, I'm putting one article to Andy's blog, so that's amazing. Thanks, Andy, already, even if it's not there yet. But thanks for the opportunity.
Of
It's
course,
good
anytime.
to see. It's good to see what happens.
Timo, I was brushing my teeth, so I couldn't emoji, but I just want to say thank you so much. Thursdays and Fridays are my new baby days, so it's a little harder to respond, but we're getting there. But thank you, and I just want to say to the space, when someone in the community has an offer like this amazing offer that Timo has to become a founder of his newsletter, please take it because I've already gotten so much of a return on my investment with my first, I don't know, week of being a founder. So, and the thing is, I got a return before I even became a founder because he was promoting my newsletter and I know I was getting new subscribers because of that. And now, you see we're in a space, he's calling me out over here while I'm brushing my teeth. I don't even have to be doing anything. And he's sending me opportunities like being a part of these other newsletters. So this is part of it when people come out with offers, even Jodelle, Jodelle has her 30-minute discovery call. It would be great if you all could reach out to Jodelle and sign up for one of those discovery calls. That's free, but it's going to help her, the more people that she can have that with. Of course, Justin has his Revenue Ronin community, and there's now 3 ladies involved. I believe there's 12 of us. Is that right, Justin?
13. Yep.
So these 13, 13. So these are all different ways, that you can become a part of what we're doing. For me, I'm working on my monthly offer right now, but if you want to support me, you can join the AI for Educators newsletter by subscribing. It's totally free. Yeah, so Timo, I just wanted to say thank you again, and I'm so happy to be a founder, and I appreciate you.
That's good to hear. Thanks for the awesome feedback. Always happy to hear more. And yeah, one more win. Jodelle, I was able to give her some valuable tips on. I did an SEO analytics on her website and made a couple of documents that she can follow to put some things into place and maybe get some better organic traffic. So that was a win. Just a little uh, free offer for a friend. That's how these communities work. And congrats for the startup circle. We passed 3.5k, and I haven't done the post yet, but it will be coming unless somebody skips the line.
Man, that's huge, guys. Thank you, Timo. Yeah, man, that's the collaboration. I love all the collaboration here with other fellow creators on X, and it's been a journey, that's for sure. But the more you can collaborate, and I remember when Timo launched his website first, I was like, I want to sponsor. I was a paid sponsor. Why? Because you want to support other creators, right? Even if it's just a small, you know, monetary gesture. It's you want to support other creators, right? Just do it. And even if you can't afford to support, like just subscribe to their newsletter, right? That's supporting. That's a form of supporting, right? So the more you can do that, the better. And if you have the opportunity to, invest monetarily, that's awesome. And yeah, like that's what it's all about. Timo, you'd be really proud of my HubSpot skills, man, because I've been in the trenches in HubSpot for the last 2 weeks, and I'm telling you, I'm getting good. Like, I'm getting really good.
CRMs, they're just another monster. But yeah, good luck with that. I think I've tried it when it came out like gazillion years ago, when it was just like a little content management, whatever. It was just a small thing, but it's a behemoth nowadays. And yeah, that's another skill, another feather into the hat. So all power to you on that. So congrats.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a good ride, and I'm enjoying it. It's coming along. I've already started building out funnels, and we already got like 50 registrants for our webinar on Saturday. So yeah, it's working, man. Marketing works, guys. Like, when you do marketing the right way and you don't over engineer things, marketing works. It works. It works great. You just gotta make sure you know from A to Z all the pieces it takes to launch a good campaign, right? And there's a lot of things, like, people think, and they paint this picture that, oh, marketing's easy, it's simple, we can do this, blah blah blah, but they don't think about, they oversimplify things, right? Which means they may tend to complicate things. So there's a sweet spot you want to aim for. The sweet spot is, don't over engineer things and keep it as simple and streamlined as possible. And the pro tip is, make sure you're segmenting your database. It's absolutely critical. So we got about 8 minutes left. Let's get to these final hands, and then we'll do a final sign off here. But I want to recognize a few people in the audience first. So we have Kim out there. Kim Kofi, nice to see you. I was listening to you on a space yesterday with Brock Pearson and a couple other people. Good to see you, Kim. Thanks for checking in here. Hope you're doing well. We got V out there. V, nice to see you. Nice to have you. We got Asa. We got Jason. We got Frank G. Anate, Muzi, Smart Key, Dan. We got the 40 by 50 listener. That's Andy. I love that PFP on that that account. That's awesome. We got Dav Nico checking in. Dav Nico, good to see you, man. I hope all is well. TVD is out there. Adam, good to see you. Adam's a builder, guys. He builds apps, so make sure you give him a follow. Really enjoying seeing you here, Adam. You've been showing up. We got Jeff G, the legend, out there. Jeff G, I hope your day's going well. Divisive Content is back again, guys. Divisive Content, good to see you, brother. Happy Friday. We got Becky. We got John Carlos, the new dad, in the house here. John Carlos, hopefully you guys are having a good meal. Because yeah, I remember when I first had my daughter, like, one of my good buddies, he sent me some meals, because yeah, it's like hard to cook and stuff when you're dealing with the newborn. So I wanted to repay the favor to John Carlos. So good to see you, John Carlos, brother. Happy Friday. I hope things are going well. Hoops, again, good to see you. Thanks for the share. Becky, Jason Barrett, guys. Jason Barrett, he's one of the first people on X that I started going into spaces with. He was running a space with Joshua Busby, um, good friend here on X, who passed away recently, but he's with us every day still. And also Fabio and Jason were hosting Grow with X spaces like daily, and I got a lot of great tips from them. And so it's so good to see you, Jason. Um, and then we got Dylan and Veterans News. Good to see you. Happy Friday. And let's go back to Jodelle, and then we'll start wrapping up.
Amazing. Thanks so much. I just wanted to also echo, I mean, Timo, I have to say thank you so much, and also Endless Summer. And so this is like a really great opportunity to say, like, speak up, share your ideas. I have a video on that, should you share your ideas. But yeah, because you don't always know, you need to open yourself up, because you don't know who's listening and you don't know what they have to offer. Like, I'm really excited to hop on a call with Summer. She's going to give me some pointers, but Timo's friggin' emails that he just sent me, like, unsolicited, were like, here's some pain point words that you would want to use in your lead magnets. Here's top, like, SEO words. Here's empowerment keywords, action keywords, so like call to actions. like it's everything is written out, and that's just on my website. And then he went ahead and did another one on like how I could show up on Pinterest, something that I didn't even think of. It wasn't even on my radar. I just used it for like Halloween costume ideas. And so he set me a whole like checklist and like step-by-step guide. And this is free. This is unsolicited. It's just because I've been showing up and sharing what I'm working on. And that's all you need to do is honestly just show up and share and practice and speak. And it is incredible, all the opportunities that like all the doors that fly open for you. So big shout out. Just want to say thanks, Timo. I really appreciate that. And Endless, looking forward to our talk.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, thanks so much, Jodelle and Tebow. Love to see the collaboration, guys. And Timo, can you DM me? I want to be part of your founders program. I don't know if I am or not already, but I want to be part of it. So can you please DM me so I have that on my radar, please? Thank you.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Oh, I love that. We created a little bit of FOMO. You see how that works? Justin's like, wait a second. I want to be a founder. That's how marketing is, y'all. Get on it.
Yeah, and the spots are getting the amount of spots is getting lower every day. So each day that goes by, one spot gets kicked out, even if there is no signups. So there's now we're at day 20, so there's 2 founders, so we are at 78 spots left. So yeah, they're going down every day that I write an article. So just a quick. We do have a Startup Circle website. You can find it at the startupcircle.space, and the community side is clickable from there, or just do dash community. And if you're part of the community, we have free offer to share your newsletter, share your launches, whatever. Just DM them me. I know I'm kind of lacking on a couple, but just remind me of those. I'll be putting up them each Sunday. So that's an offer. And if you do collaborations like we did, Justin got a sponsored post, and I still see that he's getting traffic out of those blog posts that he gave within the sponsorship. So yeah, always collaborate. That's what it's all about. Monopoly money changing hands.
Amazing. Yeah, thanks, guys. Well, we're gonna wrap it up now. So we'll do final word from Christelle, then Andy, then myself, and then we'll wrap it up here. But I really appreciate everyone tuning in today. Please like and repost. And sorry, Veterans News. Like we got to wrap up here. I got a hard stop at 8. So Christelle, over to you. Final word.
Yeah, I just want to say much love to everyone. It's been a great Friday space and a great week of spaces. I hope everyone has an awesome weekend. Justin, I hope you extra enjoy your weekend because I know it's going to hit different. Much love, everyone. Take care.
Yeah, thanks, Christelle. Go ahead, Andy.
Well, we have 35 people on the stream, and we have 65 people who have watched on the live stream. So now we've just doubled your audience. So there you go.
Okay, the check's in the mail, Andy.
I don't need a check. Let's just keep doing it. More and more.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, Andy. Thanks, Christelle, for co-hosting. Always a pleasure. Really enjoyed our conversation yesterday, Andy. And Christelle, happy Friday to you. Keep focused on that next nonprofit. Just a friendly reminder, you have the model, you have the template for success. Lean into that. Find the next one right now, right away. Find the next one. You're on your way to your next 10K client. So guys, at the end of our life, we'll ask ourselves 4 simple questions. Did I live? Did I love? Did I matter? And did I make a difference? Until next time, keep making a difference. Build that mind, build that body, build that business, build that bank account, but most importantly, build that legacy. So stay hungry and stay humble. We'll see you at the top. And if you want to keep growing, you better call the Revenue Ronin. All right, much love, guys. Happy Friday. Make it a productive and profitable day. Finish the week strong. Finish the week on a high note, on a win, and then enjoy the weekend. And we'll be back next Monday, 6:45 a.m. Pacific, for your daily sales and marketing mastery, mini MBA masterclasses right here in the Startup Circle and the Revenue Ronin community. Check out our sponsor, Virtual Synergy, and check out the Revenue Ronin community if you're looking to learn sales and marketing mastery and be in a mastermind group with other. It's a paid membership program, but we have plenty of other business people that are building their legacies, building their businesses, and bringing in revenue. So if that's something you want to do, check out the paid community. If you like what you've been hearing on these spaces, check out the Revenue Ronin community. We'd love to have you. All right. Much love, guys. Have a good one.